Hi folks, welcome back to Let's Play Illusion of Gaia. On the last episode, we made it to the airport just in time to make our connection flight to Seattle. So, sorry for the last episode being a little bit shorter than normal. I didn't want to start this area of the game and just have to stop at some weird midway point. But this one will be a little bit longer. I don't know if it'll be longer than my standard 20 minutes, but so this is the Sky Garden. It's kind of like a hub section for this game, for this level. So I've been talking each time we get into one of these areas about linearity. You know, the first dungeon, Edward's Castle, was super linear, and then the Incan Temple was linear, but little bit less so, and then a little bit less so. What's interesting about this area is it's kind of open. It's still fairly linear. You can, do the first two little sections here, and they're kind of linear. And they're all a little bit linear, but you can do these four sections in any way. Each of these little pathways that you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, they are sections of this level, and you go in, you do what you have to do, which is, if you'll see here, there, excuse me, there's this little hole here. You have to find something that goes into that little hole, and it'll move these platforms so we can get up here. But you can do these in any order. You can do it clockwise, counterclockwise, do this one first, and then this one, and then this one. So they're still kind of linear in the four sections, but you can do the four sections in any way you desire. So it's funny because it's still kind of linear, but it's getting less and less linear. So I really love that. I will be doing it in clockwise order, starting with this one, just because I am absolutely no fun. But let's talk to this guy. We meet again. You're a strong boy to have come this far. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm no longer a shabby boy. I'm a strong boy. I like that. The Sky Garden is our mode of transportation. Really? So you guys just chill up here and this thing just floats around and you're like, I want to go to visit South Cape. All right, and this whole thing just kind of floats up and then floats away, and they're like, oh, we're visiting South Cape now. There are 4 crystal balls in 4 locations. Find each one in clockwise order. Yeah, it says you have to find in clockwise order. You 100% do not have to do that at all. I think it's because it's easier to go in clockwise order, because they do kind of get progressively harder, but if you want to do the last one first, it's not like you're going to be in super danger or anything. You might be a little bit because you don't have the upgrades, but honestly, it's not that bad. Drop off the cliff at the front and back to find the upside down world. Wonder what that's all about. And we have a dark space, which I will take a few seconds here to save. No Freedan transformation just yet. But it'll come, don't you fret none. Alright. So we have to find the crystal balls. 4 crystal balls. 4 sections of this level. We're in the Sky Garden. There's this little manticore wing thing. I don't know. So these are one of our new enemy types. Balls. Just balls. Walking balls. Walking balls. And fucking robots. So these guys shoot laser beams and rocket... Oh, nice shot. And rocket fists. The rocket fists, you can either, as you saw there, you can either go in between the two. You can't on the side. You have to block. Obviously, your second option is to block their rocket fists. There's really no other way to describe it. They're fucking rocket fists. Ah! Balls and robots. This is what we got to work with here, folks. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So yeah, if you're attacking these guys from the front or from below, as you saw it, you can kind of like get in between, but it's not reliable enough, and it's easier to just block them. I'm pretty sure you can block the lasers, but they kind of shoot them at random. So, and up here, Red Jewel, excellent. So the one Moon Tribe spirit he was talking about, the back of the garden. So this is pretty neat. They even have the different statues, and if you're on the back of the garden, it's the same enemy types, but they're different, and they're actually more powerful. As you saw the robot, now when you block his shots, his arms come back, and they will do damage on the way back. And they're gonna do damage even if I block, apparently. Okay, need to start focusing on it a little bit. And what's interesting about the balls now is in the front of the garden, when the balls explode, they just explode, and it's not really that big of a deal. On the back of the garden, however, am I not blocking properly, or can I? I'm pretty sure I can block. Yeah, there we go. When they explode and do damage. So you actually have to be really careful with the balls now. I am way lower on health than I expected. I will be going back to the back, diggity say don't jump the boogie of the garden in a moment, but yeah, see those explosions, they will not hurt you. And this is not technically an enemy type, as you can see. It says one enemy, but he doesn't count. As you can see, he was normal, and now he's kind of red. His sword comes at you. The enemy is not the suit of armor, it's the sword. You can't attack him. He doesn't take any damage. Only the sword does. So when he kind of wakes up and turns red, you have to kill the sword as opposed to him. You found the crystal. Oh! I'm a little bit concerned about my health. I really didn't expect to be taking that much damage on the robots. I thought I was blocking some of those shots, but clearly the game felt otherwise. One thing about this section of the game is I used to find this part of the game extremely difficult. I don't find it so difficult anymore, but it is a still pretty significant jump in difficulty. But as not necessarily my complaint, but as I've mentioned many times before, found an herb, I just got a full 100% health refill. So now I don't feel so bad anymore. Plus, once you finish each individual section, there's fireball things. They aren't too much of a problem, but they still do damage to you, so be careful. Once you finish each section, you can and probably should, unless you're already at full health, go to the dark space provided at the little hub area. Oh, jeez. There was too much happening. Took my brain too long to realize what was happening, and I took quite a lot of damage. And of course, just like all the other sections of the game, you get stronger as you go on, so it does kind of get a little bit easier. Hey, come here. As it goes on, but really not by much. So that's it. That's this part of this section. Unfortunately, you do have to run back. There's no, once you finish everything, there's no teleport or there's no way back. We have to get further than that to get that luxury. But for right now, yeah, you literally have to run all the way back to the very start. And it's not that big of a deal, but it's still kind of a pain. So you can wait until the end, or you can put them in now. The crystal ball is set into the hole. And the platform slides along, and we just have to do that 3 more times. So yeah, just get the crystal balls in all 3 sections, and get to the top. Excellent. All right. I think I'll do 1 more section in this episode, and then we'll call it a day. So down to this one. Yeah, it's the Sky Garden kind of represents a turning point in the game where, even though you do still get the full health from the HP ups and whatnot, it is a significant increase in difficulty in terms of combat, and surprisingly enough, puzzles. There's no, what's that game? Myst. There's no Myst-style puzzles where, you're going to be stuck on them for hours and hours. There's nothing up here. Yeah, there's no major puzzles, but there's puzzle-ish areas, so that's pretty cool. Not only combat gets more difficult, but the game in general gets more difficult, and it's greatly appreciated. So yeah, this is the sword guy again. Again, you can't really do much with him. You can't move him. So you hit him at least once. That'll get the sword angry. If you don't deal with the sword immediately, the sword will come back into the knight's hands, and it'll regenerate its health. So you have to do it all over again. So that you'll see it again at least once, but you kind of want to do a little, maneuver around it. So when you're hitting it, you're not hitting it back into him. So I'll show you what I mean. Like, we'll do that, and it just immediately goes right back into his hand. So you kind of have to do this little dodge it once, and then make sure that when you're hitting it with your flute, you're hitting it away from the knight as opposed to towards it. And in here, dark space. Could it be the hero we need and deserve? Fredan, and the Knight of the Sky Garden. Alright. So, pretty much just like every other time, we're Fredan now. We do a lot more damage, have a better reach, and overall just a better character. We donate to charity, so we're a better person. We help out in our community. Oh, I just missed the gemmy thingy, dark point. Oh, well. In case you didn't notice and you feel like it needs to be addressed, I did get an extra life. We're up to 4 now. We got our Dark Friar up and ready so we can do some damage to him. What's the word I'm looking for? At range, I guess. Projectile. From a distance. From a distance. That song has really bad memories in my head. I don't really want to go into it, but we had to sing it for like a teacher who was retiring. It was really obnoxious. We had to learn the song and sing it and sing it. This was back in like grade 5 or 6 or something. So that song has always had a weird history in me. Oh jeez. Yeah, I had a feeling, you'd think taking 2 of these guys out at once would be the height of benefit, but no. Did I even mention the shimmy sham? I didn't even mention the shimmy sham. I'm ashamed. I'll mention it on the way back. I had something I was gonna say when I shimmied. You get a chance to. And full health again. This part is a little bit bullshit. There's kind of almost no way of doing this without taking some damage. You found the crystal. Whoa! Amazing. And yeah, just take the hit. Whatever. Didn't really fully go into the whole thing. I love the whole back of the garden thing, because like not only is it more difficult, you know, it's visually interesting. Like technically, if we were to jump high enough that we no longer attached to the gravity, we'd be falling headfirst into the ground. So you can see like these are the clouds that are flying by because it's the sky. Come on, that's clever. This is some clever shit right here. It's some good stuff. We will stay as Friedan. I know for a fact later on we're going to have to transform back into Will, but fuck that for now. Stay as Friedan. Do 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 do. That's all I wanted to do. Alright. Oh, wrong button. Just a ball set in the hole. You know what? I have a little bit of time left before we reach our 20 minutes exactly. So how about we do one more? Maybe a full one more, maybe not a full one more, but let's at least start one more. This last episode was a little bit long, or a little bit short, sorry. So let's do at least this one. I know it exploded up there, but yeah, those things again. Yeah, we need to be Will for that. So yeah, let's do this one too. And next one we'll do the last section, and then whatever all these platforms are revealing. Couldn't tell you. Honestly, don't know. There's a treasure chest. Red jewel. Excellent. I believe that's the last one for the Sky Garden, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Lots of stuff around here. So this is kind of what I was talking about with the puzzles. We have things like this. So, you know, little switch puzzles and whatnot. Can't do much with that yet, but we can do something with that. And that's about it. So, this is a horrible way to explain this, but it's kind of like time puzzles, where like you can go in from the past to the present, and when you change something in the past that affects the present. That's kind of what this is like here, except it's the front and the back. You can do something on the back and it'll affect the front, so you have to remember, all right, this does this here. That's just a path explosion, so you got to keep in mind what goes where, and it's not incredibly difficult by any means, especially if you've done it at least, you know, as many times as I have. But it's still pretty interesting. You know, it's different. It's a change up from being on one section of the game to the other. Just, you know, A to B, kill everything in between. We want to get that treasure chest. We can't. We're Friedan, but we can't kill those statues as Friedan, unfortunately. This is kind of, you know, what I was referring to as puzzles. You know, oh, I'll just hit the switch. I can't get out now. Well, I have a thing that's ranged. And I missed completely. The aim on it is a little bit off. There we go. Yeah, aim not flawless. I remember when I was a kid when I first went through this game. This was like one of the hardest things I had ever done. I don't know what it was. I guess I just couldn't remember what the switches were doing and what I needed to do. But this section of the game, I like even the fourth section, which is significantly more combat heavy than puzzle heavy. I remember I had an easier time than I did with this section. Once I'm playing it now, it's like, wow, this is incredibly easy. But yeah, back as a kid, this was super difficult. So I'm gonna spoil something for you. We can get to where we need to go to the right of us. When we try to come here, we're gonna get blocked by this, and we need to run to get up there. So we need to do something with this. So let's do this. And this is, if you remember, we can't do anything with these as Freedan, but as Will, boom! We'll come down here. So we do have to face the back of the garden as Will, but I think we can handle it. Fireball line thingies are just the worst. There we go. Alright, that'll explode and release 2 more. Run! Nothing that way. Using my Isaac skills to dodge. Alright, here's one. The other. You can kind of see the shadow on the ground where the balls are going to fall. But the background itself is also... When you step on the tile, it makes a sound. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, the floor itself is also pretty dark. So it's kind of hard, especially when you're just being bombarded with bombs. It's kind of difficult to, you know, oh, I need to step here, then here, then here, then here. Oh, that's not nice. Strength has increased. Alright, so what do we do here? Well, we step on in the thing that makes a sound. Yep. There we are. Got him. Alright. Come with me, Sir Knight. And on the tile you go. So that came up. Now, should mean... get out of here. That should mean, just double checking to make sure I got all the enemies, that up here, it should be down. We got everything except the one treasure. So, don't be fooled. Destroy these things first before you try and make a run at it. Alright. And 1, 2, 3... Whee! You found the crystal ball! The crystal ball. Was there another item with the same name? Alright. So, once again, run our asses out of here. Get the crystal ball. Set it in the hole. We can almost make it. Will, I swear, if you could just jump it, we could get through it. But anyway, that'll be it for this episode. On the next episode, we will go through this area, the hardest combat section in the Sky Garden. Can we make it? Will we survive? What is beyond the 4 crystal platforms? Find out next time on Let's Play Illusion of Gaia. Bye, all.